Feel your body touching the ground. Feel the warmth in your body. The blood streaming through your veins. Your heart pumping the blood. The fresh air coming into your nose. Feel your head, your shoulders and your hands. Feel how it feels in your body. Feel yourself being here, aware of my voice, of the space you're in. Whenever you feel ready, you can start to move your toes. You can wiggle your knees. You can start to touch yourself with your hands. And thank yourself for having this experience. And whenever you feel ready, you can get up at your own pace. Want to talk about your experience?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You fell asleep there at the end.
Yeah.
Nice. That was so nice.
I was gone, dude.
Yeah. I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, in the end I entered this this state where everything wasn't shaking, but every small cell was vibrating.
Yeah.
And in that, I just stopped feeling my body. Like everything, like even my hand went numb. I was like this and my hand was numb. And yeah, I guess I was gone. It's not like I fell asleep, it's just I wasn't there, like there was no... Because whatever fell asleep did wake up in the end, so it's like, was it falling asleep? Because there was no dream, so it was just like a sense of some disappearance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't explain anything because nothing happened.
How was it in the beginning for you?
Just a lot of expression, but it had no meaning. Nothing had any meaning.
Yeah.
There was nothing going on there mentally that had any story.
Yeah.
There was no story.
Yeah.
There was nothing that was perceiving, there was nothing that was happening. It was just my body moving. It was just the allowance of that to take form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Like I saw, it was very interesting for me to see that you really had an inner dance. Where
like there was, but did you turn the light off on during the session?
No.
No, there was very bright. certain moment, the light was so bright. Did you use your phone on my
Yeah,
face?
yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did. At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, didn't feel natural.
Yeah.
Because that light, it didn't disappear gradually. It went like woof. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. The one thing I can say is that it, like, I can't tell you anything because, like, honestly,
Nice.
not like literally not one story was happening.
Yeah.
There was nothing that was followed or visual or nothing. It was just complete like
Surrender to the experience.
I guess so, and then I'm just whatever happened.
How was it to perceive the inner dance happening so freely and so?
I wasn't even there to see it.
It was just happening.
Yeah, but there was nothing aware.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you what was happening.
Yeah.
To like sit there and be like, wow, I'm moving. No. This awareness was completely gone, and whatever was happening in that moment was just that. Whatever the movement was then.
You were not one with the movement.
What do you mean?
With the energy expression, or you were one with the energy expression.
How?
So when the energy is arising and expressing itself, it's like you are one with that movement.
No, I wasn't. I was taken over.
You was taken over.
Yeah.
So it's like the Shakti or the Kundalini was inhabiting the body, and it was way out of how you now experience or how you now are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like this.
Yeah.
Was put in a corner.
Yeah.
And it was like enchanted.
Yeah.
and was only watching from a small like point.
Yeah.
How the energy was like you're only allowed to look from here.
Yeah.
In a dreamlike sensation, how your body's being taken over.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything. You just.
Yeah. That's how it is like.
Yeah, it's like being a mummy. You know, like.
Yeah.
Just watching it, and it's like.
Ooh.
Yeah. It did feel like it didn't have any shortcomings. There was no pain. There was no joy. There was just a lot of doorstroming.
Yeah.
Because I feel it here still.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of energy was going through because I was feeling it.
Yeah.
Like it was felt in the body. Like it feels it now. That it feels like this. I feel it all over. Yeah.
How did you feel or experience the way my hands were interacting with you, or sounds that were coming?
I guess the sounds that were coming out of the energy were not as triggering. The music was.
Yeah.
The music made whatever this energy was doing.
Yeah.
It was sinking into the music.
Yeah.
And if it was an angry music, it would be angry, but there was no anger held on to. It's just mimicking, playing. It's like a hand is doing this, it's doing this with it. So that was I could sense that somewhere, I guess. The hands were very like didn't feel like they felt like hands.
Yeah.
But what was going through them didn't feel like yours.
How do you mean?
As I'm laying there,
it
didn't feel like Igor is circling around me. Or Igor's presence wasn't there.
Yeah.
I couldn't sense you. Like I sensed the presence, but it wasn't yours.
Yeah.
So when I felt your hands, it didn't feel like, oh, Igor is touching me. It felt like something is touching me.
Yeah.
still human, but something through the sky, whatever, is making contact.
Yeah.
And it felt very like tasteless. It had it had this formless touch. It didn't have any human self emotion. Like, you know, when someone is touching you out of sadness, you feel it, and it's like this touch was like directed to something else, to the energy or something. It was communicating through like energy itself. So through the touch, the energy was touched, not my body, not this flesh. Like when I touch you, like, you know, I touch you. That touch can mean emotional touch. Like, I feel you, or it's okay. But this was not about emotion. This was about energy. So that touch didn't have that sweet, calming communication to the emotion itself. You know, like if you're sad, comfort. So it didn't have that kind of communication. It had a different kind of taste. It didn't, because there was nothing to begin with here that felt sad. It didn't have the like, why would it communicate it's gonna be okay when there is nothing? So it was like really like just pouring in more and more energy. So I had like moments where it was very like like I think some moments I was sitting and this energy was like then, and I was like really
I saw it.
Was like aggro mode. Like crazy. Like, what the fuck? I wouldn't do that. I was like,
I remember.
But it was let go of immediately after that. It wasn't like out of sadness or like, oh, I'm stuck, help me. It was just that. It was building up, and I released it. Like, it's like, it's pretty, it was shh. It's crazy, man.
At some points, while I was touching your feet, or like your head and your heart, I was like, what am I doing?
I fell asleep, dude. That was so good. Oh my god. It wasn't like normal falling asleep. It was like, it was so calm, and there was outputting in the body.
Exhaustion,
but from all the movement, all the energy. I don't think I've moved this much in any session before. So I was so tired, and it just like fell down. It's just like I guess I fainted.
I wonder how different this is to cap.
It didn't feel different. It felt long than cap. It felt so long. Like, not that I was keeping count. It just felt like the feeling, not the feeling of time, but just the feeling of something taking too long.
Especially the last part, all the last part music.
That was so long. It didn't stop.
That's
why I guess I went away. I couldn't keep on. So it really felt long, and the environment is different too. You know.
Yeah, man. I wonder in cap you're gonna fly, man. Like if this happened with Inner Dance in cap session with Hiske, you're gonna be like.
I'm very certain that I'm just gonna wake up and open my eyes and start moving around.
Or you will have this kind of experience.
Or this. But like if I am allowed to.
You better don't go to Florina and be like.
No, but like that's not something my heart seeks pleasure in. But what it does is, you know, Hiske is doing this session, and something in this body is like, and it starts double facilitating.
Could be, for sure. Yeah.
Man, that would be so awesome. That would be so
Especially
good.
after you've done the
That would be so
the
good.
first couple of lessons of inner dance.
That would be so
You will be, you will just be able to do it.
like just like, and you're completely taken over. You're like,
I think you can already do it because you're like the way you were
but
now.
I can't manipulate energy in others. It's like you need to.
I can do it also.
What do you mean?
I cannot also do it.
What do you mean? You don't see the energy when you're moving it in it?
No, so it's like right now, or what you said. It's like you were taken over and you were being played. Like you were just like witnessing how everything was like dancing. The
It's
energy.
different than the participant because they're closing their eyes and you are open.
So I'm gonna tell you now, for the facilitator, it's completely the same. It's like I just witness, and it's like you. I just started my own movement, but instead of having my own thing happening, like the energy uses my body. Place my hands here, do this, do that, and I get images of what is happening sometimes.
That images, yeah.
But I don't have a will with which I can manipulate
Sure.
or intend.
Okay.
Yeah.
You still have the image of what's going on.
Images arise, but I understand, like I cannot intend to, like, I'm gonna do this now, or let's do this. I don't have that ability. So it's like it's happening by itself.
So let's say you see someone really like looks like they are really in distress.
Yeah.
And like they're like,
Yeah.
and the energy can tell you to go there and place your hand on their heart or do this or
or do nothing at all.
or let them have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't get to choose. So
Ah.
it's the same. So if we switch roles, you would just look at me, at my body, and all of a sudden your energy would start to, by itself.
Through them, yours is activated as well. Damn.
That's facilitating.
It's like.
It's
whoa.
you facilitate the space. It's like you and me. We're gonna facilitate the space, and you're gonna lie down.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna facilitate the space, like hold the space, but I'm not doing anything. It's happening. It's all happening.
Damn.
And so you don't need to learn healing. You don't need to learn and do anything. There's no healing.
Once you facilitate, and let's say it works and you are can you just lay down on your own and have it activate on your own?
So apparently, my teachers told me that
you need to.
You can tap into that energy, that stream of energy, while in your ordinary life without music.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for me, I get triggered by the music and then it's activated. But otherwise, it doesn't get triggered because there's no reason for it to get triggered. I don't know why I said the word healing, but
when did you say that? I don't remember.
Like a couple of sentences ago, I was like, "There's no healing." Like, forget that. I
don't remember.
I don't know what I meant by it. It just came out.
The only thing I remember is that you don't need to do anything.
Yeah. But for me, what I noticed was, when you started to move and you had a lot of movements, my mind was like, oh, like he's having so much activation, like he's really like surrendering, and then it's like, oh, it's really working. It's really it's really working.
It
like,
does.
It's really.
I confirm it here.
And then when the hands were put on you, the mind was like, is he feeling something? Is the energy streaming through the hands?
Oh, yeah.
Is the energy going? Is
I
this
felt
really?
it. I did feel it.
Did you feel it?
Yeah. Not like, but
No.
I did. Sometimes what happens is after you do this and you leave, then something happens.
Yeah.
That also is true. It's not always when you press, that's when it's like, boo. For some people, sure.
Yeah.
Like, I think for you it is like that. When people touch you, it's like immediately.
Yeah, I mean.
But for me, it's like after they do something, or they push really hard, and then they release, that's for me like, and then so for me, it's like an ontknoping, or for people, it's like an activation push. For some people, it's a release.
Yeah.
For some others, it's like I remember one time with Iske, she did something here.
Yeah.
Especially that. Yeah, I remember when I shake, she did this, and then she went, and I felt it rise slowly, and then like a minute after, I was like, so it's not always immediate. Yeah.
Okay.
It depends on what the music is playing. and what the person is feeling. So it's
Interesting.
you just ignore all the signs, honestly.
But you did feel it.
Yeah.
So whenever the hands were on you, there was some communication between the energies.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was not my presence.
It wasn't yours, no.
Yeah.
No.
Nice.
And even it was dark and my eyes were closed, I could feel like constantly this like.
Yeah.
Like, and sometimes you were there, like I could hear it on my ears, like your feet, but still I'd feel like something, like running around, dancing around in my, not light, but like in the darkness, something was moving. I was like, whoa.
Nice.
Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that.
Nice.
But I had no visions or no. I didn't need to because I have no
Of
story
course.
to tell.
Of course.
Yeah. It was just pleasant to see this movement.
Man, it is pleasant, right?
Yeah, because I have nothing.
It's
to
so
gain.
pure.
I don't have to gain anything.
Yeah.
From it. I'm not seeking anything. It's just I want to dance like that.
Yeah, it is pure, right? It's like so like pure isn't the right word. It's just like energy.
Yeah, man. It's not.
In existence in the body,
it's like,
expressing itself.
It's like not even the same as when you ordinarily dance, have a perfect sync with the girl and you're dancing in a club and you're like feeling each other. It's not even like that's not even it. This is like this harmonious thing inside of you that's like with each other constantly. That they're looking at each other. They're like constantly doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, that's all happening here? Damn.
Yeah.
I bet when you have your twin flame and you're like doing heart to heart.
Man.
And it's that, and both are doing that. It's
honestly,
like,
when at a point, like the hands were touching your heart and your head, I think, or the heart. And there was this thought of like, oh boy, he's really activated now. So next time he goes to Florina, like, what if he opens his eyes and he would be like, and like my mind was creating the whole scenario. I was like, yeah, but I already accepted that's okay, that happens.
It's so funny that your mind is making the story that's not even true, and I don't even care about Florina. Like, it's like before what your story did is you through all the shit that you keep saying about me and Florine that's not even true and you're making it something real, you drove me to dream about this shit. And I was like sitting there, I'm like, why did I dream this? It's all him, you know, like he fed me these thoughts and he kept pushing, and then I let it completely go, and I just, man, she doesn't even like a split second arise in my daily thought process. I couldn't care less, honestly. I really couldn't.
And the second half, when the music was playing, like there was this feeling like it's done. And I went to the computer, I looked, and it was like 40 minutes. I was like, oh, 30 minutes still left. And then it was just like regular music playing, or like singing lyrics. And I was like, should I stop it? Because it feels like it's done.
Yeah, but it kept
like,
going.
I was like, I realized there was no interactions happening anymore, or whatever. There was no flowing anymore. So I was like, what should I do? I didn't know it. So I just like, let's try and just see what happens. And then I also lie down and I started to have like seeing things like
literally
and also like almost like falling asleep. It's not like falling asleep, it's like
completely
whatever the stimulation on the outside is, it doesn't hit you, it doesn't come in, because you're inside, you're in this vacuum of like, and it's just like like, and you could
and that went kept going, and suddenly even that was gone, and even the vacuum was gone. I was just gone. I literally died, like right there.
Nice.
And then I heard your voice, and I was like immediately back again.
I had that for a moment, and then I started like, I saw Florina having a baby, like having a baby in UZ Gent, having a baby, like with the baby going to my grandmother.
So now, when you hold the baby and you're like, and then you take the thing and it's my face.
Yeah.
You go.
Man, honestly,
No,
it's like.
it's not mine.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of stories.
It's holding like it has like such a heavy. It's like if your mind has like a USB stick, this fluorine arc is taking a lot of space in that.
Yeah, my teacher told me it's like when you do inner dance, like when orange where the kundalini energy is when I don't know, I don't remember exactly how she said it, but when orange opens up, a lot of things can come up, and especially like past lifetime things.
What does she mean by that?
So
why does it give it a color name?
They give each
chakra
color name, I think.
And the belly is orange.
Yeah, the second, I think. Or the first one, I don't remember. The first one is red, and then orange, and then yellow, and then green,
it's here.
And then blue.
You have here, and then here, and then here. Okay.
I don't remember correctly. I'll be wrong.
But there was a moment where I was laughing hysterically because the music was so sinister and grim and dark. And something in me was like, I'm evil.
I remember. That's when I did the thing on your head and on your heart.
It wasn't evil, really. It's just the music. I was like a kid, you know.
It didn't feel dark. It was just like power. Powerful. It felt powerful.
Man, I couldn't stop it. Like I was like, it kept going. I'm like, oh, okay.
Nice. Or it could be wrong. Maybe it was not power, but that's the word that came up now.
Daring, like.
Yeah. Forget what I said. I don't know what I'm saying.
I have no idea what I'm saying. But it was long. That was some long ass
session.
And also because you're alone, there's no feedback of other souls communicating their energy, which keeps you awake and sharp. Because they make noise, and now you have to ignore that and stay in your alignment. So it keeps you awake and sharp. But when you're alone, it's like, I can do whatever I want. There's no one around.
I wonder how your session with the next cap session.
Yeah, if I was skinny, I would like stand up and do that monkey thing, you know. One-legged.
Yeah.
Like.
Nice.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
There was really good.
Like your last session, you weren't moving this much.
Florian
and cap.
Oh, but with Florian there was a lot of built-up emotion, and there was anger, and there was like really like anger for anger's sake. Like I was angry because I was trying to satisfy a need or whatever, and here there was nothing.
Nice.
Because before I always felt like when my body is shaking and the facilitator is touching me, why the fuck are they trying to calm me down? Like I remember the Aldo, especially Florian, I fucking hated it. Like my body's having like a moment, like are you putting me down or something?
I know sometimes when there's sound like they do something and it stops.
Yeah, like why do you stop me? Let it flow. Allow it to be.
But it's not them, it's the energy.
Stop this fucking scream from that woman. She was doing this, and she was getting even like angrier, like. Oh my god, man.
Yeah, right. She's doing it. Like, I don't know why, but I also.
He's a defeat.
I did.
Something you did. My neighbors kill me. Yeah, I remember she was like next to her head, and the bitch was like even screeching more. Like, oh man, I remember. I was so proud of that. Like, I was like, oh, you know, in like it reminded me of like some movie where like this fucking witch, or whatever, is like screeching, and then the beast of the woods is like flipping at her, and she's like,
Nice.
ugly bitch. Oh man, my hand is like everything is small.
Yeah. So when I'll work through resistance, I'll send you the course, and then watch the course, and then you can do the facilitating on me.
I wonder how that would be.
We'll see.
I have no idea. Do you know? Wait.
Nice. Nicely done.
Shakti. Come. No water, man. Oh, it's so funny. How did you do this?
He's trying to catch it. I need you. Come here. I need you. Help us. Nice. Nice. Huh.
Oh, it's so funny.
Very funny. Nice, man.